What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. When I saw the cover for this book, I was immediately like, Madeline Miller, Circe, The Witch's Heart. Like, I was instantly drawn into that. I love me a good feminist Greek mythology retelling. Plus, one of my friends online, Kate Corain, actually just got a book deal. She is writing a retelling of Ariadne. So this book is definitely a fantastic primer for that if you don't know much about the myth, because it is a pretty straightforward telling of Ariadne's life. It starts with, you know, her and her involvement with the Minotaur, her and Theseus, her meeting Dionysus, but not just that, it also really delves into her sister story, Phaedra, and how this is a story of these two sisters basically being torn apart because of the whims of the gods and the whims of the men around them, and how this world ultimately fails both of them. I gave this book basically 4.5 stars. I'm giving it an A-, and that's just because I was constantly wanting for a little bit more. Like, I was wanting it to like hit me harder. I was wanting it to go like more into these girls' stories, because it does feel kind of detached, and the nature of that might just be because it is very like obviously a Greek myth. It's really telling the story in a very straightforward way. I do think it has kind of a modern feminist like lilt to it, because it's the way it talks about like the men in their lives and like uncovering like the way these heroes truly are, the way the gods are, all of that. But I almost dropped this book because the beginning of it, like everything with the Minotaur, I was like, this isn't what I was expecting it to be. Like, she's so in love with Theseus, and then I get into part 2 and I'm like, okay, this is what I was wanting. Like, this is like the story that I was really aiming for. And that's when you get like Phaedra's voice like brought into it as well. And ultimately, I think it is a very beautiful, tragic story, but I was wanting just like a little bit more impact. I'm not sure how you could have gotten that without maybe deviating from the myth like just a little bit, but I did find myself like wanting that. I wish the commentary was just like a little bit broader. Like, even the way Ariadne like really thinks about and turns over like the story of Medusa, and like ultimately like that coming back and being a factor in her life. I was wanting like a bigger connection. I was wanting for her to have a conversation with like a goddess instead of just a god, and that never really happens. And granted, like, that's not what's in her story, and this is just a straight retelling of her story, but I think that would have just added to the emotion and the rawness and like ultimately what befalls our two sisters in the end. Personally, if you are a fan of Circe, if you're a fan of The Witch's Heart, or if you're just really excited for Crown of Starlight and like really wanting something to like fill in that gap, I would recommend Ariadne. I think it was very well done. I'm definitely gonna read Jennifer Saint's other Greek telling book. I have no idea how to pronounce that one. I'm gonna wait till I get it on audiobook and then I'll figure out how to pronounce the name. But for me, like, Ariadne is a story that I didn't know super well. I mostly just knew the story of the Minotaur and like helping Theseus through the maze, and I knew a little bit about her time with Dionysus. So being able to see the full picture and then ultimately seeing how she became this story and this person that like women could worship was really, really cool. And I'm excited to see what else Jennifer Saint does in the future. So like I said, I am giving this book an A-, and I did very much enjoy it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe to Talk Books with me every week. That's everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.